What's up, wrestling fans? Last night, Monday Night Raw was kind of wild, to be honest. It was sort of a crazy event. And there's quite a few things to talk about. JEY USO is no longer the world champion. And so I've got quite a bit to say on that. R-Truth was there. We'll talk about that. But also, real quickly, let's start this thing off because last night, Monday Night Raw was wild. John Cena and CM Punk face off on the mic to start the show. And that's what we got to talk about right here real quick, real fast. But before we do real fast, just want to let you guys know that if you guys want to support the channel, use the link down below for Streamlabs and donate that way. And we'll play that alert whenever we're live next. But also, whoever is number one on this leaderboard, number 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to be calling you guys my daddies, okay? For the rest of the week. Whoever is on the top of this leaderboard by tomorrow, we're going to be giving the 3 big daddies a lot of credit in every video and everything we do. So, take a look at the leaderboard there right now, and you can see who those people would be. And I'm talking to you, Z-Pain, Leonard, Kitty Kisser, and Moss Blaze. What you got to be in order to, to win the championship title. You got to become like a monster, right? For some reason, the fans, they were bought in on this whole thing. CM Punk was like, I want to fight you right now, tonight, for that title. I want this to happen tonight. Let's go. And the fans, I don't know, man, they exploded. They really believed it. And you would think after all these years you wouldn't believe it. But the fans there, dude, they really believed it. They were lit. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. They were losing their minds. And, of course, it's not going to happen. It's going to happen in the place that CM Punk hates, that CM Punk calls other wrestlers, bloodthirsty succubuses for going there, Saudi Arabia. That's right. You can remember the tweets that CM Punk put out about WWE in Saudi Arabia. But now CM Punk is going to headline probably a match in Saudi Arabia. Just like AJ Styles is a racist, but he's going to get in there and have a big match with AJ Styles. I mean, at this point, can you really believe anything CM Punk has ever said, ever? I don't think the guy is 100% real because he is, but he isn't. He's just, unless he, CM Punk's a prick and he just says stuff and whatever. Okay, I can accept that. I do that. I say stuff all the time and I'm like, well, I don't really hate this person that much. I was mad at the time, whatever. Okay, fine. That's fine. Well, there you have it. That's what CM. And they're kind of I think that they were hinting at playing that up where John Cena was like, well, yeah, I'll put this belt on the line, but you're going to have to wrestle me in Saudi Arabia. Almost if that Punk, oh, you got to go to Saudi Arabia. You don't like that. So that, but they're not going to go any further than that, obviously, to say anything insulting. But, that's, I think, where that was going. A lot of people were wondering if Seth Rollins was going to cash in the Money in the Bank last night on Raw. I didn't think that was going to happen. I was convinced that, Seth Rollins is going to hold this thing until, 6 months or so. I think Rollins is going to hold this thing for a little bit. I think somewhere in the next 6 months, this year he'll cash in 2025, but I don't see Seth Rollins cashing in later than 2025, and I don't see him holding it until the next year, but I also don't see him cashing in the next couple of months, but, only time will tell what happens. I think they're going to push this whole Money in the Bank Seth Rollins thing for quite a bit. I think the women are more likely to cash in the next 6 months. So in the next 3 months or so, you'll see a cash in from Naomi, maybe even sooner than that. I think Naomi will cash in fairly quickly. And I think that, like I said, Seth Rollins will cash in over the next probably 6 months or so. That's where I'm at with that. Later on in the night, Grayson Waller got in a little argument with Austin Theory again in the background. I thought these guys already broke up. It's I'm casually watching WWE at this point, and I'm like, aren't these guys broken up yet? Haven't they been teasing this forever? Is this the joke that these guys just fight forever and nobody cares? Is that what we're doing? So I don't understand that. I really don't. I would quickly get rid of this and get this broken up with if you could as fast as you can. How I would do it is I would have Grayson Waller having one of the biggest guests that he's ever had on his little show thing that he does. That does he even do that anymore? I don't even know. I would have Grayson Waller come out there. Oh my God, tonight, Cardi B or Logan Paul or, somebody huge, Mike Tyson. Somebody is coming on Grayson Waller's show. It's the scoop of all scoops. I don't care what it is, John Cena, whatever. Somebody really big, somebody worthy of it being a big deal. This is my biggest guest ever. This is going to be unbelievable. He's all freaking out about it. And he starts the interview. Everything starts. It's exciting for him. It's a big thing. They promoted it all week. And then Austin Theory comes out and messes the whole thing up, ruins the interview. And Grayson's like, hold on a minute, man. I got to figure this out. And he gets up and he's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I'm interviewing this guy in the middle of the day. What are you doing? What am I doing? Like, what? You don't like, and he just trashes the set. Or maybe even Austin Theory assaults the guest. And then, or maybe just Austin Theory knocks him out and then breaks his setup, and then attacks the other person. I don't know, something like that to where he wrecks it, and that's how it starts, like the official, actual start of their breakup. That's what I would do. But I would make sure it's a big guest. It's a big guest, and whatever. And maybe if there is something to announce, they can still do it later. Like Michael Cole's like, hey everybody, Michael Cole sitting down with Mike Tyson, who was here to promote his new thing, his new deodorant, Black Sex Panther. But earlier tonight, Grayson Waller was beaten, whatever, in the ring. So here we are, Mike. Let's get into this. When is this, whatever. So I would just like to see something like that happen. Like these guys officially break up, and it's because he ruins his show where there was a really important guest on the show. But enough of this, like, will they, won't they? I mean, what the hell? Is this a joke? What is going on? Like, will they, won't they? Why don't you just F each other already? Now, for those of you who watched me on Patreon last night, I did react to R-Truth. I really liked it, man. It's not that it was on the level of like a Stone Cold Steve Austin 316 King of the Ring promo, but it was in that sort of class of something's different, right? Something's different. There's a little bit of a shoot going on / like a work, and he's talking about stuff. He's I'm Ron Killings. Anybody who doubts me thinks that this is a lie, thinks I'm a lie, thinks I'm a fraud, thinks I'm a joke. He cuts his hair. Like, it was a very serious thing that it was impactful. The audience really played along with it. When he was ready to speak, the audience shut up. They were like, what's he going to say? They were hanging on every word. They were shocked by him cutting his hair. It was really just really good. Like, it wasn't like I hold certain things to a very high category. Austin 316 at the King of the Ring is like up there as like one of the number one things. Bret the Hitman Hart shoving down Vince, frustrated isn't the goddamn word for it. X-Pac showing up the night after WrestleMania, you know what I mean? We're here to rip ass on the World Wrestling Federation, and it starts tonight! Like, things like that. Like, I remember these, like, okay, something different is going on here. But I would categorize that, R-Truth promo last night, Ron Killings promo, in that kind of category. I don't think it's as high as those other ones I just mentioned. It's not, but it's up there, or Die Rocky Die. Like, those are promos to me that there's a change going on here and somebody's letting you know about it. And there's a ton more examples, but I don't have them right now in my brain. Yeah, I thought that was one of those last night. And now if you made a top 20, maybe that's number 20, but it's still on there and it was good. So, man, I think they delivered with R-Truth last night. I thought that was huge. I really loved it. A lot of people were shocked last night by Gunther winning back the world title. I mean, I can't say I was. I wasn't, because when JEY USO won the belt, I mean, I sort of joked about, well, this ain't going to last long, right? And then I sort of joked that, well, you know what, though? I think they'll give it to him longer, because people asked. I think he'll have it longer than Kofi. I think they've got to make sure that he has it longer than Kofi. Nope. Right? I don't think so, right? May, June, it's like 2 months. So, like, it's so weird that I joked about that. So I was shocked last night, because I thought it would be maybe a short reign, but then I was like, you know what? They've got to let him have it for longer than Kofi had it. He's got to have it longer than Daniel Bryan, because he needs to prove that this was worth it more than those other guys ever did. And so for that reason, they've got to leave this belt on this guy, and now this, so it's gone. Gunther has it. This adds even more fuel to the fire that Seth Rollins is definitely holding on to that Money in the Bank for a long time, because I don't think they would have him cash in on Gunther coming up so quickly. It would have been JEY USO that it would have been cashed in on. So what's going on there? Is Seth Rollins going to cash in the other way on a world champion? Probably CM Punk. I mean, maybe we're wrong, but what if CM Punk eventually becomes the WWE champion, then Seth Rollins cashes in on him? Or whoever beats, I don't know, but I think Seth is going to hang on to that briefcase for quite a bit, it seems like. Like I said 6 months, could be more. But it's very strange that happened last night for so many different reasons, but it tells us so much, unless there's an unpredictability coming here that we never saw. Is JEY USO now going to continue on with the whole yeeting thing and doing whatever, or is JEY USO going to go back to being in a tag team with his brother, and they can do the whole yeet thing as a tag team? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure about that, but it's definitely was not, it was surprising. But that's where we're at. That's where it is. Guys, if you like this video, use the link down below, Streamlabs, Evil Spectrum 11111 /tip. Get on the leaderboard, and I'll be shouting out the top 3 people on the leaderboard all week long. I'm going to call you Daddy number 1, Daddy number 2, and Daddy number 3. That's right. And the guy like the Creeder is really close to being a daddy this week, I'll tell you that. It's popping up on the top of the screen up there if you click the little icon thing, probably, or it's popping up on your screen right now at the end of this video to go ahead and do that and jump on the leaderboard. Or leave a super thanks down below, or definitely leave a comment down below, and definitely molest the like button. And if you're brand new, you better subscribe, or you're going to miss all my other videos. You're going to miss the video announcing that I've passed away, and you don't want to miss that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joe Cronin. This is the Joe Cronin Show, and I'll catch you later. PayPal.me/Joe Cronin Show.